Hi, my name is Will Nunziata, New York City-based director and creator of theater, television, and film, and also proud FENIX Global Artist Ambassador. Today, I am thrilled to be speaking with the award-winning filmmaker, music producer, radio host, artist manager. He does it all. His name, DJ Big Stu. For more on DJ Big Stu, you can read more about him right below this video. But in the meantime, take a sneak peek at DJ Big Stu's award-winning film, East Side Story.
Willie, man, what's up, man?
Shit's getting way out of hand, Woody, man. It's getting way out of hand, man.
Don't worry about it. I can handle this shit, man. I got it.
How much you need? 200,000. I need a lot.
I just got word this nigga robbed one of our workers, man.
What's up? You gotta tell me that they got to this guy? How the fuck did they get to this kid, man? Fuck all these niggas. Taking this shit over in that stack.
I got bands on my pockets. Cup full of that drink.
So we gotta do something. Ahora, mañana, I don't care when.
Bring it any way you want it.
A nigga say more money to me one more time.
You gonna be the man.
I'm ready for this shit. I want this shit. I feel this shit.
Well, hello, DJ Big Stu. How are you?
I'm great, and you?
I'm doing great, and I'm so excited to finally be speaking with you. I've had such a fun time these past few weeks diving into the mind and world of DJ Big Stu. My friend, you are a Renaissance man, an award-winning filmmaker, music producer, radio host, and beyond. But DJ Big Stu, I want to know first and foremost, when did you realize that you had not only an interest in music, but just in everything entertainment?
Well, it all came gradually. I always had an interest in music because I grew up under legendary Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde when hip hop basically began. And Dr. Jekyll was Andre Harrell, who we know as Puffy, was Puffy mentor, Puff Daddy's mentor. So I grew up under him in the project on 110th Street in East Harlem, watching them they be pioneers of hip hop. So I always had it in me, just carrying records from them. And as things went on, I ended up having a record deal myself in the early 90s. I was with a group called Gangs of Funk. And, I traveled around, opened up for people like Tupac, Arrested Development, and things like that. And then after that, I went into New York City public access television with the Fat Cat and Big Stu show with my partner, Fat Cat, who's no longer here now. He passed away because of coronavirus. But me and him did that for 8 years, and that's when I knew I was really going into everything. But then after that, I started managing artists, doing parties, doing showcases, and then I did a film by accident. When I first did my first film, I was supposed to be a featured person in it. They wanted me because I was a DJ, but I ended up taking it over, helping them out, and doing so much. I ended up taking it over, executive producing, directing, and that's how I became in the film. Now I got a film festival in Las Vegas every year in August, and everything just roll up into one. So I stay busy. If I ain't doing one thing, I'm doing the other.
Well, DJ Big Stu, what I love so much about you and looking at your career, and especially for young artists out there, you just kept moving forward. And you just kept going where the vibration and the good vibes were. And you just kept putting your best work forward as well. I mean, first and foremost, I want to give my condolences to, a collaborative partner and dear friend of yours who passed away. But I know that in you continuing to do the good work that you're doing, you're continuing on that legacy. You know that,
Yes.
right?
Yes, for sure.
And DJ Big Stu, also, I want to let the audience know that they got to see a little sneak peek of your film, East Side Story. Talk to me a little bit about it, the film.
East Side Story is our version of West Side Story, but a hip hop version. What we did, we put hip hop music videos in there of a lot of artists, and we got the artists acting in the East Side Story. So it's really our version of what we grew up in East Harlem seeing and viewing and stuff like that, So, and we just put it in, and we try to make it like, we didn't do it opera, but we try to make it like, how I could say like hip hop, but where you can relate each video scene to the scene, So It came out all right. It made it to Redbox. It won a few awards and a couple of film festivals. So yeah, it's a big film to us, and it's dope because it's everybody in my community. It ain't no known actors and no big stars. So it did all that with just people who just acted for the first time.
And see, I love that because look, at the end of the day, I'm a director and I know that the best acting comes from truth. And the fact that you have people out there who are just living their truth happen to be filmed. And here they are acting in a major film that, by the way, I just want to let our audience know, please check out on streaming sites on September the 28th, whether it's Hulu, Tubi, any of the streaming sites, keep an eye out for East Side Story. DJ Big Stu, what I also love about what you're doing, in addition to your amazing talent that you have, you're also, it seems like, thinking about legacy and creating a safe space for the future Big Stews of the world and managing. Talk to me about how you got into that and what you love about managing artists.
Well, it started off with me doing a compilation, and I did a compilation with cats in Harlem from Central Harlem and East Harlem, and I called it the East-West compilation because it was the West side of Harlem, East side of Harlem. And it went well. And then I got guys a couple of shows by promoting a mixtape, you know, and guys was like, yo, why don't you manage me? Why don't you do this? So I started managing different guys and different artists. And I've been through, you know what I'm saying? I helped a lot of artists, known and unknown. I ain't gonna go through names, but I helped a lot of artists and mainly developed artists in the beginning stages. Like I worked with many artists in the beginning stages, but now I just created Wild Child Music, which is the record label that we promote. That you got Carolina Kissy and Rico and you know, Killer G. We got them on it, so we're developing and pushing them now. You know, but yeah, it's a great thing because it kept me into the music. Because after a while, I don't say it's never you could get too old with rap because, you know, rock and roll, they do it all at 50 and 60. I believe rap should be the same way. But I believe for me, it got to the point where I felt more or less being behind the scenes than being in front of the scenes. It felt more important to me.
Listen, I get it. I can relate, actually. You know, for 25 years, I performed with my twin brother. We were touring the country. We actually headlined Carnegie Hall a few years ago. But it was after that moment, I was like, you know what, Will, go after your bliss. And for me, it's directing and creating safe spaces for artists to be their best selves. And I kind of see that in you, DJ Big Stu. And, you know, in speaking to one of the artists who developed Carolina Kissy, my goodness, do you have an eye for talent? Because not only is he the amazing, authentic, unapologetic talent, he's a kind soul. And these are the types of people that we got to build and put in our tribes. You know what I mean?
Yes. Kissy come from a rich Gullah Geechee bloodline, you know, and Gullah Geechee family is very, very important, you know, and our heritage, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, my family, even though they're in South Carolina, they're my family. My family leads back to them, you know, and they're my little cousins and cousins from first and second generation. And family is real important to us. And, you know, he got that, you know, that Southern hospitality that comes with it, you know? So you get all that wrapped up in Kissy. He's an amazing artist, not hard to work with, very hard worker. And, you know, I was ready to give up in the management game. And then my little cuz came up to me and it's been a blessing working with him, not only because we family, but just him as an artist, it's a blessing working with him.
And also how vulnerable he gets. You know, I spoke with Kissy, he was very vulnerable about losing his mom, his uncle, and it's been a tough time, but a tough time for us all. You know, DJ Big Stu, I want to talk about this time, you know, with you and your music hat on. Has there been anything during this time with your music hat on that's inspired you to create a certain type of music while, you know, our world goes to, excuse my friend, shit, and a lot of people dealing with trauma? How have you used music throughout this time to help heal?
It was actually therapy for me after losing my homeboy, because a lot of times any success I get, it kind of feels a little hard because he's not here with me, you know? I'm used to calling him up if something goes well, or he calling me about something he doing, or we're doing a project together, you know? And that was really hard for me. Like I got another movie called The Payphone that my community kind of pushed me to do because it shows how me and him got out the streets and got into the music industry and changed our lives. So that's another film that I'm actually writing now and working on now with my friend Edward Pitts and my friend Robert Groover. And it's therapy for me because it helps me, you know, remembering the things that we've been to and how I got here has actually helped me get through the corona. Because when he first passed away, I was done, you know. I was like, me and him been partners on everything in life since 10 years old. So it was really hard for me. But now just doing this payphone movie and all of us reminiscing about times we had and the music and we listening back and just going back, it's been therapy for me. And that's what's been helping me get through this, just staying creative.
Well, DJ Big Stu, I know when people see your next or your upcoming film, your film East Side Story, hear your music, listen to your artists, you're not only pushing forward your legacy, but also your friends. And I'm thinking about all of those little DJ Big Stews out there in East Harlem who are going to be seeing your movies and listening to your music and listening to your artists, and you being their North Star. That must feel incredible, but also something that I think that you should remember.
You know, I do look at it like that sometimes, but I think that we all have to do it. I'm just trying to show them that they know I'm just like them. They know before this came, I was on the street, I was hustling, you know, kind of the same story like a Jay-Z or anybody in this industry. You know, you did what you had to do until you get a break. You know, you had to pay for studio time or did what you ever had to do. So they seen that I was just like them. I was what you call a corner boy, but they seen that I left the corner. I changed my mind. I did something right. I walked away from it. So that makes me feel good when I see one kid told me, yo, I felt just like you. I got tired and I left and I'm doing this and I'm doing it. And I've run into a lot of kids that's either making clothes or they directing their own little videos and stuff like that, or they doing basketball and, you know, basketball tournaments in the community. I love that fact. And if I inspired them to do that, that's the biggest thing, to do that, just to see somebody else pass on what I passed on.
Well, you already got me tearing up, DJ Big Stu, because you're an inspiration.
Oh, man.
You really are, my friend. I wish that there were more DJ Big Stews out there, but listen, before I let you go, I just want to let our audience know, for more on DJ Big Stu, you can read more about him right below this video. DJ Big Stu, God bless you, my friend, and I'm so grateful that we're now connected and that the world, even more so, will get to know what you do and what you are about.
Well, thank you. It's been an honor just to be interviewed by you, man. It's a blessing, and I appreciate you.
May God continue to bless you, DJ Big Stu. Thank you.
You too, brother.